Good morning, Battersea, and welcome to the career section of your assembly. We do have a bit to get through, so I'm going to start straight away by picking up a conversation we'd started previously. In the last assembly, we spoke about different skills that you might be working on, developing, and trying to pick up. Now, some of those might be physical skills. You're actually learning how to do something, create something. You might be an artist, you might play an instrument, you might be learning a new language. Some of those might be digital skills. So you might be learning some coding, you might be learning user interface design, or you might just be doing graphics design. And then we spoke about how some of these skills are soft skills, and more specifically, as we'll see today, employability skills. So the first one I want to talk to you about is reliability. How reliable are you? What does it mean to be reliable? What's the impact of not being reliable? And can you pick instances, examples of how reliable you are and explain them to somebody else? So coming up, we have a My Path video that will break this down for you. And we'll stop the video there for a few seconds and just reflect and think to yourself if you can demonstrate your reliability, a situation where somebody had to rely on you that you could explain to your partner. So we'll stop here, 20 seconds to think for yourself, 20 seconds to share with a partner, and if we have enough time, your teacher will ask for some to be shared with the room. And so just keeping the theme of reliability moving forward, next we have a message from a member of staff who I know to be very reliable when it comes to keeping appointments or commitments, or when she promises to check something out for you, or if she says she'll look up a particular detail for you, or even just making herself available at break time and lunchtime. Miss Baldwin is always reliable. Here's a quick message about something new for this half term.
Good morning. I'm sure most of you by now will have seen me around school, and quite a good number of you will have actually had your guidance interviews with me now. But for those of you that don't know me, my name's Keely Baldwin and I'm your careers advisor. I come into school every Tuesdays and Wednesdays, and my room is in N111. The reason I want to talk to you today is not only am I hoping to meet all of you during your guidance interviews, we are also doing drop-in sessions in the computer rooms every Tuesdays, Wednesdays and Fridays. So that will give you the opportunity at lunchtime, if you want to pop by, come and say hello to me, ask me anything about your future plans, your next steps, if you're concerned about anything, or if you just want me to help you with applications or anything else that's going to help you have a smooth transition into Year 12. So thank you for listening this morning, and I hope to see you all around shortly. Thank you.
Now, Miss Baldwin mentioned the next steps for Year 11s, and that extends automatically to the very important next steps coming up for Year 12 and 13. If you've already had a careers guidance meeting, this is a perfect opportunity for you to follow up and ask any questions or just to touch base around the things you've been doing since that meeting. Apart from that, this is an open invitation to anyone who wants to talk through, actually make an application, or just wants some support around thinking around your next steps in career. Do make use of these drop-in sessions. Now, the last thing I wanted to talk to you about is apprenticeships. In 2 weeks' time, it's National Apprenticeships Week. It's a week where across the country we focus in on apprenticeships and really talk about how they might be useful for different people at different stages of their lives. Now, this is one of the pathways that are available to you. A lot of people think after school, we have sixth form and then university. But there are lots of different options that you can take. Lots of different routes, lots of different paths, and therefore we refer to these as pathways. An apprenticeship is one of these options. The government and lots of companies have been working hard to change apprenticeships over the last few years and to make them a really attractive option for some people. And as part of your personal development, I think it's important that you have all the information about this potential pathway. You have all the information about apprenticeships, what type of apprenticeships there are, the benefits and the downsides to apprenticeships, so that you can make an informed decision about whether or not this is something you'll look into. So sit back in your seats for now while we take a deep dive into the world of apprenticeships.
Apprenticeships offer you the chance to gain well-respected qualifications whilst also working and earning money. Apprentices will spend 80% of their time working and a minimum of 20% of their time studying. This could either be in college, online, or delivered in another way. Working as an apprentice, you'll be employed to do a real job. This could be in a wide range of sectors, from dentistry to construction, hairdressing to demolition, or in many more sectors. Whilst you're working, you'll have responsibilities similar to that of your peers in your workplace. While some jobs will require you to finish your apprenticeships before working independently or taking full control of a role, other roles will see you work in exactly the same capacity as others in your team that are not apprentices. By the end of your apprenticeship, you should have gained the skills and experiences needed to gain a job in your sector of choice. Previous research suggests that around 64% of apprentices continue working for the organisation they did their apprenticeship with after finishing their qualification. Research also shows that around 85% of apprentices will remain in some form of employment after completing their apprenticeship. Not only will you be studying for a qualification, but you will also be earning money whilst on an apprenticeship. The national minimum wage for apprentices in their first year is £4.03 per hour, but many employers offer much more than this. Apprenticeships also offer you the chance to build your network, getting to know the people you work with. Expanding your network may mean that there are more opportunities for you when you're looking for work in the future. Having a large network can be beneficial in all sectors. The qualifications you gain on an apprenticeship are highly valuable and can help you to progress in your career. What you are learning about will depend on your apprenticeship, as usually the course is linked directly to your role. Apprenticeships are available at a range of levels, meaning they're suitable for most people. Intermediate level apprenticeships are the equivalent to achieving 5 good GCSE passes. Advanced apprenticeships are the equivalent to 2 A-level passes. Higher apprenticeships are the equivalent to foundation degrees or similar qualifications. and degree level apprenticeships are comparable to a regular degree. You'll normally enter an apprenticeship level based on your previous academic achievements. Most sectors offer apprenticeships. Some examples of sectors that we definitely know offer apprenticeships are accounting, banking, business, hairdressing, beauty, construction, engineering, human resources, IT, law, education and childcare, marketing, media, retail, and transport. Different apprenticeship frameworks will have different requirements in terms of time. This will also be dependent on your ability, willingness to work, and the sector you are in. Generally speaking, intermediate apprenticeships take between a year and 18 months. Advanced apprenticeships usually take around 2 years. Higher and degree apprenticeships generally take 3 to 6 years to complete. Generally, you'll work between 30 and 40 hours per week. Dependent on the sector, you may work different hours to suit the work. If you're working in a hospitality setting, such as a restaurant for example, you may work until later in the evening or into the night. You may work shifts, meaning that your times at work could change week on week. And other jobs may mean that you work more sociable hours, such as 9 AM until 5 PM, Monday to Friday, giving you the weekends off. To apply for an intermediate apprenticeship, you'll need to be over 16 and no longer in full-time education. Most roles at this level will require other qualifications too, with lots of roles asking for maths and English at grade 9 to 4 or equivalent qualifications. For advanced apprenticeships, you'll likely be asked for work experience, voluntary experience, and at least 3 GCSE qualifications at grade 9 to 4. Higher apprenticeships will usually require at least 5 GCSEs graded 9 to 4, as well as some level 3 qualifications in relevant subjects. These level 3 qualifications could be AS levels, BTEC nationals, or level 3 MVQs. Degree apprenticeships will usually want 3 A levels to have been achieved or an equivalent qualification. They will also usually want you to have achieved 5 grade 9 to 4 GCSEs and have some kind of relevant work experience. You could also progress through qualifications in some cases and work through from intermediate apprenticeships to higher or degree apprenticeships. Almost all apprenticeships will ask for a reference. This is a written document from a teacher, youth worker, employer or similar position that's able to talk about your attendance, punctuality, effort, behaviour and more. Attendance will usually play a big part in an employer's decision as to whether they offer you a position or not. Having a poor attendance record will significantly limit your chances of securing a position. Depending on who you ask, they'll have different opinions. Getting the chance to get paid whilst also gaining qualifications is a big opportunity. Earning money at a young age can help to enable you to be free and make decisions. It can also help with things like saving for your first home or buying a first car. Degree apprenticeships offer the chance to get a degree without getting into debt. This can be a great thing for people that choose to take this route. Having the ability to get to know people in the sector you're working in can also help you to build strong connections and relationships with people that could offer you permanent employment after finishing your apprenticeship. Again, everyone has their own opinions on this. Some people simply don't feel ready to enter the workplace. Whether this is due to maturity, an anxiety about going to work, or something else, some people are simply not ready. Lots of organisations offer support to students or young people entering apprenticeships, giving them support with things like CV writing and work readiness. Some people feel that working full-time and studying can take a lot of their time, especially when compared to going to a regular college. You'll need an ability to manage your time effectively to get around this. Apprenticeships are a great option for many young people, and hiring an apprentice can be great for businesses and organisations too. To find out more about apprenticeships, look online. There are lots of great resources that you can find that advertise vacancies and give more detailed information about apprenticeships. Make sure you subscribe to the MyPath YouTube channel to watch more videos about careers, future opportunities and more.
And there you have it, the ins and outs of apprenticeships. This is a conversation that you can take and continue at home. Explains what you found out about apprenticeships and where they can find out more information if they're interested. The school website will have a section dedicated to National Apprenticeship Week with lots of activities, information, additional videos for you and your parents to learn some more. In school, we'll have some competitions and you'll find out more about that in Apprenticeships Week. So the last thing that I do want to go through with you is all about trade unions. In the last 5 or 6 weeks, I'm sure you've heard a lot about trade union strikes. This is when workers have withdrawn their work because they're in a dispute either with their employers or with the government. Now, quite a few of these strikes in the last few weeks have actually impacted you. We've had the train and the bus strikes. We've had postal workers who are striking, and we've actually had nurses and doctors who are striking as well. Now, the reasons for their strikes are each individual, and it does come down to how they're being treated or the conditions at work, or a disagreement about the benefits that they're meant to be getting, whether this is around pay or the amount of hours that they work. The next clip will hopefully illustrate the importance of workers' unions, trade unions, and what difference they've made.
Thank you for calling Rocket Speed Internet. My name is Ezra. How can I help you?
Certainly, sir. Can I just take your card number, please?
You're very welcome. Thank you for calling. Have a lovely day. Oi, I saw that union guy, Ted, today. He was chatting to people in the canteen. He's looking for people to sign up, but they're asking for a monthly membership fee. He did say one thing that made sense, that we all benefit from the unions.
What are you talking about unions for? Unions belong in documentaries about the 1970s. Unions just aren't relevant for today. And anyway, what have the unions ever done for us?
Equal pay.
What?
Equal pay and equal opportunities.
Right. Equal pay, they did give us that. The right not to be sacked if you have a baby or if you become ill.
Well, that's obvious. I mean, apart from equal pay and equal opportunities, what have the unions ever done for us?
Maternity pay?
2-day weekends. The minimum wage, a living wage. And union workers tend to get paid more.
Paid more?
If you're young and get your pay negotiated by a union, you stand to get paid more than other young people.
And get more holidays.
More flexible working hours.
And you're more likely to have a permanent and full-time job. Oh, have you tried turning it off and on again?
And you know the 0 hours contract you're on? They're fighting to get rid of that too. At the moment, you have no job security whatsoever. You can't even rent a place, let alone get on the property ladder.
Well, at least your mum still does your washing for you.
Right.
Your teacher will pause the video now for a quick think, pair, share.
Well, at least your mum still does your washing for you.
Right. Okay. Well, seriously, apart from equal pay, equal opportunities, maternity pay, weekends off, more flexible working hours, and greater job security, what have the unions done for us? Now get back on the phones.
But I haven't had a break all day.
They also improve health and safety.
And provide workplace learning and skills.
And did you know union workers tend to get better sickness and pension benefits?
Do you remember a few years ago when they were trying to cut the pensions of all the nurses and the firefighters, and then the unions got involved and made sure that they got a better deal? Oh, if you need to call back, we're open 24 hours.
Speaking of benefits, that was the 100th call of the day. That makes you ring-a-ding-ding, today's top performer. That means that you get a sticker. That does mean that you are today's loser. Again.
And they fight bullying, harassment and workplace discrimination.
Not to mention defending the NHS and campaigning on stuff like housing and mental health.
And they can provide legal help if you need it.
I mean, unions really do a lot, right?
Again, we'll pause the video for a think, pair, share.
I mean, unions really do a lot, right?
Apart from equal pay, equal opportunities, maternity pay, weekends off, the minimum wage, the living wage, higher pay, more holidays, more flexible working hours, greater job security, improved health and safety, education and training, better sickness and pension benefits, protection from bullying, harassment and workplace discrimination, defending public services and legal help. What have the unions ever done for us? Is all that really worth the membership fee? Can you even afford to join a union?
Can you afford not to?
So, 4 things that I want you to take away from this assembly. Number 1 was the employability skill, reliability. Reflect on what you heard, reflect on what you thought, reflect on what you shared. And if you want to talk through any of your reliability examples, you can come to the careers lunchtime drop-in session, which was number 2. And the third thing to take away is apprenticeships. National Apprenticeship Week is in week 6, but today you've had your introduction or reintroduction, and hopefully you found out something new about apprenticeships. And the 4th one is about trade unions, or more widely, it's about employee rights. Lots of you already have jobs or soon will have jobs, and I'd like you to go in armed with the knowledge of what your rights are, how you should be treated, and the benefits that you should have coming your way. Okay, so we'll end there, and I'll see you in the computer room at lunchtime.